Hello. Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. It's Monday night. I hope you're having a great evening wherever you are. Awesome, Commander. Awesome. Hello, Pam. Hello, Commander. Yay. Hello, Joy. Great to see you. Yes, I am William, the artist formerly known as Godless Sewing. And this is the House of Sewing. And this is my so-called life. That's a bit of a title. That is a bit of a title. I have to work on that one. Yay. Hello. Yay. I hope everyone's doing well. I have quite a few things that I'm going to do this evening. I've switched course like 4 or 5 different times, but I've decided to make a cheetah shirt along to go with my cheetah trench coat. Hello, Happy Maker. How are you? When I go from work tomorrow, I'll have a lot of running to do, but I finally get over the video editing done for the next video. Awesome. Yay. Hi. Hello, Carol. How are you? Awesome. If you if it sounds like there's gibbons in the background, I have a 14-year-old son who's on his Oculus, having the time of his life in my living room right now. So, oh man, I feel sorry for the people that are on the other side of that microphone. Awesome. There's quite a few things I'm going to try to get through this evening, and we'll see how far I get. But oh man, this thing is, this is almost heavier than the heavy duty sewing machine. I decided to get organized with my patterns, the ones that I've recently purchased and the ones that I'm really not using right now. So I went to my local dollar store and bought this beautiful thing. It's heavy. Oh, I'll be getting into that later. Also, I will be busting out my illustrated guide to hassle-free make your own clothes. I love this book, and I figured for as long as I've had this book has been in my life as long as I can remember. It was in my parents' library. It ended up in my house, and so I'm definitely gonna use this book. I was thinking about making another caftan. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Gilroy, yay! He is having the time of his life in the living room. Yay, how's it going? Hello, Chester Cheetah. I wish he's poppy. He's got a great job. But I absolutely love this book. This has got to be from the 60s or the early 70s. Like I said, this book has been in my life my entire life, and I have to make something out of this book. And the funny thing is that this book is so hippie, it just kind of gives you suggestions. It doesn't even give you dimensions. It says it tells you how to do things, but it's it's very DIY, as in, figure it out. Hello, yay, hello, butterfly. How are you? Chief Master of Monday Nights. I like that. Chef Master of Monday Nights. Hello. Yay. Awesome. There's all kinds of stuff that's been going on lately, but we'll get to that later. I'm really waffling back and forth because most of the patterns that I've recently acquired are in perfect condition. And I'm thinking about making that one coat, which I'm calling the power suit, but thank you. Absolutely. But I haven't decided yet. Do you know, having a working serger has really made my life easier. The first thing I'm going to do, though, because I've been soaking this Singer Heavy Duty. I want to see how it sounds. after an evening of hanging out on my desk. Let me find the power cord and a plug that won't shut down this entire room. Yay. How's it going, Skits? Hello, hello. I hope you're having a good evening. All right, let me find the cord for this. Do you know I don't know what to do because this is a completely functioning sewing machine, and I do not just want to put it on the shelf. So I'm gonna have to give it its own station. I might bring my IKEA sewing table. I have a really it's an IKEA sewing table. All the parts are there. It works, but it's IKEA, so if you rattled it too much, it will fall apart. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's find the power cord for this thing. Awesome. This is the power of being organized. It's somewhere around here. So recently, I've been talking about this machine for years, and it was more or less a joke because I wasn't gonna pay $200 for a Singer heavy duty when I've seen a ton of videos that were like, do not buy this machine. But for $34, I couldn't turn it down. I've been working on it and I want to see how it sounds. I'm going to go back to using my baby lock, but before I go back to my baby lock, I want to start using this machine. And the cord's a complete mess. A complete mess. I hope everyone's having a great Monday night. Do you know what's really funny? I was planning on going to downtown Los Angeles this weekend, but the 10 freeway is shut down. And I have a feeling everybody who lives on that side of town will be driving through downtown. So I'm going to give people that live on that side of town some space. Because with a major freeway shut down like that, it's causing nothing but drama in downtown and the surrounding areas. So I'm going to avoid it. I might go in 2 weeks. Oh, man. Do you know what's funny? I made the mistake of going to a major chain today, and I heard the Mariah Carey song. And it's already just kind of just right there in my head. How's it going, Skids? Awesome. Awesome. So after I futz around with this, I'm going to grab my simplicity pattern and I will be making a cheetah shirt this evening to go along with my cheetah trench coat because I need a cheetah outfit. Yay. Pocket bookie. Screw. Well, I live right by a Walmart. So I was cruising to Walmart and they played this song. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And I forgot that in certain places, they they Thanksgiving doesn't exist. So they're gonna go straight to Christmas. And Walmart is one of those places. Oh. A while ago, I saw this thing on in here. Somebody was saying, "Oh, they're already thawing out Mariah." I didn't know that was a real thing that was on like YouTube. You know. Okay. Do you know what's so funny? I'm wearing shoes in here. Oh. I'm always so formal. I like get completely dressed for the live streams. I put shoes on. I put my tie on. Exactly. The second I heard it, Joy, the second I heard that song, I was like, uh-oh. I need to put my Christmas tree up. And I'm going to tell you, I live in one of those obnoxious neighborhoods where next week people will have full lights up and everything. Your pocketbook will thank you for not visiting the stores. Well, okay. So another reason why I went to Walmart is because I'm going to try to go a whole week with not buying anything that's sewing related starting today. I went and got a few things that I needed. So starting today, I'm going to try to go a full 7 days without buying anything sewing related. And I can't believe I just said that out loud. We can't control the earworms. They will get us when we least expect it. Absolutely. It's all about timing, you know? Just like life and in comedy. It's all about timing. It is deaf in my head soon. You said her name. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, this thing sounds great. It sounds great. Oh, let me take the So what sewing stuff did you get today? I bought more thread. It was just ancillary things that I needed, nothing that was too hardcore. I have this weird thing about Coates and Clark, but at okay, at the Walmart by my house, they do not sell black spools of thread. It's the weirdest thing. I have to get these. Oh, whoops. Because they're always within arm's reach. But I buy these because my local Walmart, for some reason, does not have black thread. So I have to go to a different Walmart. And keep in mind, there's like, 4 Walmarts in my town, but it's the strangest thing that and each Walmart has different things. Like one had the fluffy material, but none of the other Walmarts did. So it was just thread, just normal stuff. And I'm always cruising for patterns, but I've kind of reached that point where I have every pattern that I need or that is relevant to me as far as modern patterns go. Old school patterns, I'll buy anything. But as far as modern patterns go, it's just because every time I go, I'm hoping they have more men's patterns, but I think I've purchased every single pattern they have to offer that's men's. That sounds great. I just don't know if they can take the wear and tear. These machines are everything that was advertised for, okay? This is completely oiled, brought back to life. I think I don't know how this ended up at the thrift store, but this machine is basically brand new. But like I said, it's still everything that is said about it. I'm just used to the power of the baby lock. And so the baby lock is an absolute beast. And I think that's what my problem is because I'm waffling back and forth of what machine to use. And I do not want to let this thing just go by the wayside. As he has Mariah Carey just blasting in his ear. It's really early, but I need to start singing Rah Rah Rasputin early this evening because I already have Mariah Carey stuck in my head. Awesome. So I'm gonna grab my pattern. I'm gonna pick which table will fit in here. Do you know what's funny? The more I clean in here, the more space I get, and then I start lining this room with sewing machines, giving myself less and less space. It's the plight of a hoarder, I guess. All right. But I need somewhere to put this beautiful sewing machine. And last night on Phoenix's stream, I was I reminded myself that I own a fez. So later this evening, I will be pulling my fez out, and that's not a euphemism. I literally have a fez. It's a Shriner fez. Could be a worse song. I agree. I agree. It is a bit of an earworm. Do you know what it is? Is that my mic is not wanting to be cooperate. I was not a Christmas person at all until my son was born. And then, like, the scene in the Grinch when his heart grows out of the box, that's me. I was not I stopped selling holidays in my 20s, to tell you the honest truth. And having my son around, I've celebrated every holiday in the past 14 years. I think fast from buying sewing stuff is a good thing. Doesn't mean forever, just 7 days. I agree. Because like I asked myself an honest question, like, has there been a week where you did not buy something that's sewing related? And it was like, no. So I'm gonna try to not buy anything for 7 days. I need to do a no buy. And and the thing that really got me was yesterday I was standing in the Goodwill and I was like, was I here yesterday? And I think I was. Like, I think I go like every day or every other day. And I'm always like, oh, they never have sewing machines. I don't give them a chance to have sewing machines because I'm there so much. So I'm going to give myself a week off and see how it goes. And let's be real, I live in a Goodwill. I own so much stuff. Like, I have accumulated a Goodwill. Just being in this room, there's probably more stuff in this room than my local Goodwill, which is oddly empty. It's huge. All right, let's give this some attention. Beautiful. I needed to fluff this machine just a little bit. A, because it's been neglected, because there's been a brand new machine brought in this house, and it's just good to clean your machine. I do massive amounts of projects on my baby lock, so I think it's time just to, give it a quick cleaning. Check real quick. Awesome. All right. Oh yeah, I need to get my table. I guess I'm gonna have to move my touch and sew. I just brought all my touch and sews out because of my the new earworm that I have for everybody is the touch and sew commercial. But I think it's time to move that one and put the gray singer where it belongs. Bam, I'm doing a no by January. It's really funny. Every year I try to participate and I'm like, fail. By the 8th or 9th, I'm like, oh, complete failure. You can definitely tell your favorite. Absolutely. I am biased. Towards certain machines. It's more, what? Honestly, it's more of a loyalty thing. Like, if you work, you'll be placed in a place of honor in the house of sewing. And if you don't, you're going to go on the shipping yards, which is on the other side. Like, I'm in a massive room. So on the other side, I have a bunch of rollaway toolboxes with all the Misfits sewing machines. It's the island of Misfit sewing machines over there. All right, let me grab my pattern. And it's really funny. Although I always use Mimi G R11407, which is my absolute go-to pattern for everything, apparently, I've been using this a lot as well. It's Simplicity S9 158. It's just I'm in love with long sleeves, and this is just a perfect template. This is an absolute perfect template to make your clothes from. And and that shirt has inspired quite a few outfits that I've made. I've gone crazy with this pattern. Not as crazy as the Mimi GR11407 pattern, but close. Every machine within 100 feet of you is in the island of misfit machines. Agreed. Agreed. Oh, I like that pattern. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I have fallen in love with this pattern. It's just a good go-to because I'm a long sleeve person. I wear long sleeves year round. It's just how I dress. Says the guy who lives in the desert. Okay, so I have my pattern. Let me go grab my material. And next time I come back, I will have my brush. So I have a semi serious question. To line or not to line? Yeah, hello, hello. How are you doing this evening, Waternay? You should come and join the fun. Yay! Hello, hello. Yo, Waternay, I like that. We need to bring yo back. Whenever I hear someone say yo, I'm like, oh, I know your age. I can guess your age range. I didn't get my brush. I did not get my brush. Yeepers. Do you know, for as much as I've been using this machine, I should clean it way more. Yay. Hello, Waternay. Yay. That is the royal shall. That is the I know where your ancestors are from. That's I shall appear on screen shortly. Yay! Hello, hello. So this is a defluffing that's been in the works for a minute. I should turn that off since I am prone to getting electrocuted. But I should have cleaned this a while ago. But, oh, whoops, wrong angle. The gunk really builds up in this thing, and it's amazing how much gunk builds up in this. And I can't remember her name, but I got this idea from an Australian YouTuber, and it works. Defluffing is real. See all that gunk I just pulled off? That's like a massive amount just from a few swashes. And it's perfect to use artist brushes because they get in all the crevices and all the places you can't see. I should move my coffee so I don't get anything fluffy in there. Awesome. Perfect angle. And it's amazing how much junk comes off of the sewing machine. Should turn it on. Oh, it already sounds better. And there's stuff, this gunk is already just flying out of it. That means it's massively caked underneath. Oh, there we go. That's why it's important to get near and underneath and to the side of the feed dogs, because they do accumulate a lot of fuzz. I was surprised how much just fell out when I just pushed down. After messing with my Husqvarna Viking, it's weird seeing a sewing machine that has perfect timing. My Husqvarna Viking asked to be retired. It is officially the Battlestar Galactica of my fleet. It's a has-been sewing machine. I'm thinking about either sending it away or taking it to that place in downtown and seeing what they can do with it. I think they can probably bring it back to life. I defluffed my machines yesterday. This one, I should have done this earlier, but I was so excited to get that the gray singer that I've been playing with it since the day I purchased it. Do you know what's so funny? Like, I was driving around, I was thrifting, I was having a great time. When I purchased that gray singer, I went straight home. I cleaned this room, I vacuumed, I put that thing on the desk, and I spent a couple minutes looking for the cord. I knew I had it, though. There was no way I didn't have a singer cord. The fluffing is important. I use canned air once in a while on my machines. That's such a good idea. I had all my air pumps in here, but it was too powerful. It's all the stuff that I have from my shop. Which reminds me, before I get too far, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and this content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening flying Godless Sewing Airlines, and I am so happy because I finally got my serger working. Thank you for flying Godless Sewing Airlines, especially the serger. That is one thing that I've learned is for as much as I'm using my serger, I have to defluff it. I have to defluff my serger because I do not want to repeat mistakes of the past. And I've learned. Slowly but surely I've learned. It's amazing to me how much fluff just accumulates around all the parts of the machine. There's still a little bit of red in here from when I made my giant red fluffy coat that Commander calls me Gossamer. Awesome. All right. Let me turn this off. I am a bit accident prone to being electrocuted, which I've earned the nickname Tool Time at my job. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. All right. Now let's start cutting and shaping. Let's see how much is in this bobbin. I should wind a few bobbins while I'm sitting here, but I won't, and I'll regret it later. Okay, that's ready to go. For the record, I have 2 pairs of pants today. Yep, I did awesome, butterfly. I love saying for the permanent record for no reason. I stole it from a very funny podcast that jumped the shark, but it's still hilarious. For the permanent record. Oh, right. You know, when I purchased 8 yards, it is now dawning on me how much 8 yards really is. It's a large amount of fabric, especially when you purchase 8 yards at once. I love saying that. For the permanent record. Awesome. Awesome. I am nothing but chords in this room. Oh man, I should really fix my mic. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
All right, I finished a short intro. I still have to like something so that people know it's a short and it's not the main event so that they watch the length video, but I think it's funny. Can I play it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Commander 401. Yes, I'm a penguin. Deal with it. We're going to be discussing the links between the New Apostolic Reformation, Steve Bannon, Alexander Dugin, and Chaos Magic.
Hannibal Lecter. He was a nice fellow. He loves MAGA.
Wow, it's the fairy god Karen.
I will not protect you.
Can someone turn on the bug zapper?
I can't do it, Mom. I can't.
Get the hell out of here, you miserable putz, before I have to break out the bug repellent. So how was it?
I loved it. It made me jump at first, but I loved it.
It's called a fairy god Karen because that's the way they look at him. And it's a golden image that they wheeled on to CPAC the week all of Israel was reading the Parsha about the golden calf. It turns out that what we were going to read that week was decided over 2,400 years ago. Hello, my name is Commander 401. Yes, I'm a penguin. Deal with it. We're going to be I'm sorry. That's
okay.
the advanced screen switcher for you.
I was thinking about
Sometimes it does whatever the hell it wants.
I was thinking about getting something like that, but everything that I would play on my lock screen would be like copyrighted material. So I just decided, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. Awesome. So, how's your evening going?
I'm getting ready for work at 1 a.m. The algorithm is crapping out, so I'm hoping to feed it tomorrow.
Awesome.
And my arm hurts. What's been keeping me from doing anything is my back and my arm hurt tremendously. And I can't take anything that will relieve it. You know, like any strong painkillers, or else I can't work. So
understandable. Totally understandable. Took me, sorry. I heard something I heard something on my camera, but sometimes I have to decipher, is it my son screaming in the living room? I live in a yuppie neighborhood where people are constantly walking their dogs because animals are a status symbol where I live. And so there's constantly people walking past my house setting off my cameras. And so I have to decipher which is what.
Day and night, right? Everyone just walking their dog. Well, we had a teacup Yorkie that we inherited from a racist Roman Catholic cousin that we left in a Jewish funeral home.
I'm looking through. I have extensive notes this evening because I do not sleep at night, and last night the UK decided to go full Benny Hinn. Oh, I hear that song. And they brought back David.
You mean Benny Hill, not
Benny
Benny
Hill.
Hinn.
Oh,
Benny
that's
Hinn
right.
is evangelist.
I could,
And
you know, it's really funny. I do confuse their names. And I know one is the religious hedgehog. He just has that hair like a hedgehog. And the other guy
Yeah.
is the VHSs that I have. Long story short, they brought back David Cameron, their former prime minister, who is now their foreign secretary, who had a terrible foreign policy. So last night it brought me back to the good old days when I was on a show about UK politics. And because I used to watch Sky News because I'm an insomniac. And the UK, it's just a clown show right now in the UK. So it was good to take a break from politics from this country to watch another country go up in flames slowly.
unfortunately, and that's the mind fucking that well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell we're being mind fucked by foreign powers as well as people in our own country who want it.
Do you know, to bring it to something more local, the 10 freeway by my house was superheated by a pallet fire to the point where it messed with the structure of the freeway. And this is a chunk of the freeway that millions and millions of cars go on every single day. And so I don't think I'm going to be going to downtown this weekend because it's shut down. And that means everybody, do you know there's 10 million people that live in Los Angeles County, and most people live on the east side of what I would consider the east side. And that is literally anything east of downtown Los Angeles. Most people live on that side. So it's crazy. So this weekend I will be, that's what inspired my no buy. We will be here, Butterfly.
Oh, outside of Baltimore on I-95, there was a stretch of it that was destroyed by some kind of accident that actually damaged the road. And I hate going by there, but ironically, after like a few months, all the traffic problems from it went away. So they really got their act together to fix it.
This is like a main vein. So unless I'm going to, like, if anyone on my, like, it's different where I live because I have the options to head west on different freeways. But if you live on the west side, you're kind of stuck now because the freeway is shut down. It's a big deal around here. But just to be one less car on the road, I probably won't go downtown this weekend. And there's a few things I actually want to buy downtown, but it'll still be there in 2 weeks.
It makes sense. Why get upset about traffic and get into an accident or wind up sitting in traffic for 3 hours for a trip that should only take you 15 minutes.
Hey, Artie, how's it going? I heard about the 10. Indy had a similar ramp that got hit and droopy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to see that the heat because like all the concrete expanded. It's like if you've ever thrown a rock in a fire, it wasn't the 405, but no, it's crazy. It's crazy to see the damage. Poor little LA people can't figure out how to use regular streets. That's the problem. No, this is the problem, is that people such as myself, I'll take the freeway, but there are certain side streets I take home because I live near a major junction. I avoid it completely and I drive under the freeway. Commander, where you live, do you have places like that where there's local roads that go under the major interstate highways?
Not really. Not where it's going to cause problems. I live out in the ass end of nowhere.
Where I live, we have access roads that run along every single freeway. So if you know what you're doing, you can get off the freeway and navigate your way home. But the problem is Most people that live here are not from here. And so it causes, I live in a transitional city, so it causes problems. Surface streets are for peasants. Oh, I knew someone that used to say that all the time. I miss that guy. He used to call people peasants. Oh. Well, you can, depends on the time. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer. Gee, I know where you're from. That's one of the reasons I don't even want to mess with that hornet's nest, is because it's going to take so long. Do you know it's really weird. In my local town, it's easier for me to go 25 miles into the valley than to go on the other side of my town. So it takes less time for me to get on the freeway and go into a completely different town than to go on a different side of town in where I live. Traffic is unreal here.
There's a YouTube channel called Puffin Forest, and they had an D&D LA edition where it was like, and once you get to LA, you can never leave. Why? Is there some kind of magic? No, it's a fucking traffic.
Well, and it's a great Eagles song too. Even though I am the real life Big Lebowski, I love the Eagles. The band, not the football team. Oh, right. In Pittsburgh, there are roads that are both go over and under the big highways. I wondered about that. And sometimes the big highways go over and under each other. Same here. And so because of that, I take a lot of side roads that go directly under the freeway. But the problem is everybody is going to be taking those roads, especially when I go through downtown. I used to live there, so I take streets that only people who lived in the area would really even know they exist. Because most people go to downtown for the convention center, which is way on the north side of downtown. But when you come from my side, you're coming. Is that west? Let me get my compass. I'm heading south to downtown. I had to think about that.
Pretty soon, my renders are going to start getting better and quicker. When Blender 4.1 comes out, or they get the 4.1 version with Eevee Next stable, it's like a sweet spot between Cycles and Eevee, where you'll get some global illuminations and a lot of other stuff you don't get in the real-time render engine. So they'll look better, it'll be quicker.
Awesome. Can I make myself like a talking sewing machine?
Yeah, if you have the advanced scene switcher, you can use your audio to switch between a like this, mouth closed when I'm not talking, mouth open when I am talking, and it's two different renders. Now, if you had like a little thing that you drew of a sewing machine, or you had a sewing machine made and you had a mouth open, mouth closed, then you could have a talking sewing machine.
I would make it like a really old school sewing machine and talk about the good old days. I have I'm not Alibaba has sewing machines from 18 something on, but like I have I think there's one from 1899, but most of my sewing machines are in here are from 1909 and on.
That's still old. My grandfather would be 110 something.
I think about that all the time because my grandmother
today.
I think about that all the time because my grandmother was the only woman in her family to not live to be 100, And she lived to be 99 and she died 2 months before her birthday. But all of my aunts lived to be well over 100. My great aunts.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but all the women lived to be well over 100, but all the men died in their 50s and 60s.
That's bad.
My father was one of the oldest because he passed away in his 80s.
Well, in my family, if you don't smoke and you don't drink, you wind up living into your 80s and 90s, and we had a few that went to the hundreds.
I think because of modern times, it's just people aren't living, to be the same age anymore. You young
Well,
whippersnappers with
it's
your electric motors. I'm a treadle, and that's good enough for me. I'm telling you, like, if the electricity went out right now, I would grab my generator and start sewing on my treadle. I wouldn't even skip a beat. I'd have to relearn it, but I would go straight to it. Oh. Sorry, Commander.
all right.
Oh, really quickly. I still have. Should I line this shirt or should I not? I'm asking everyone in the chat because I do line everything in it, and it makes all my shirts what much more thick than they originally were. So what should I do? Oh. And if anyone's wondering, I have a bit of a nose cold because I get sick every time the weather changes.
I'm going to have to get going soon because I'm going to have to get something to eat before. And then I usually get to work at 12 so that I can dispatch before my deadlines. I can make my appointment.
I totally understand. I like going to work extremely early. I'm one of those people who gets there early. So I completely understand.
Everyone, have a good night.
All right. I need to pick up my camera just a little bit because I can definitely see that it's cutting off the top of my head. It's weird to me how that camera moves considering that it doesn't move. But that just means this room's bouncing. Try one without lining this time. Thank you, Kilroy. Thank you. That's one vote. I do line everything. Oh, whoops. No lining stitch. It together with this serger if you want. And I like that. I like that. I was thinking about doing that as well. But the serger is so anticlimactic. I like all the drama of lining, then sewing it, and then sewing everything together. Perfect. Perfect. Change is good, so no lining. Hey, Vonrick, how are you? How are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. Sir, Sir Sissies. Oh, that's a t-shirt. I bet I'd sell a bunch if I made that t-shirt. I've really been reading my Serger book, and it is Serger propaganda. But I love it. I love it. Yay. Hello, Vonner. Great to see you. Great to see you. Awesome. When you grow up, you have to use a sewing machine for everything. But that's what I was doing. I was doing everything with the sewing machine. I mean, every single piece. But now that I have a working serger, it's changed my life. Okay. Yay. Serging makes the seams finished and more professional. And you can blame all of us if you don't like it. Do you know there's only going to be one person? Well, there's only be one person to blame if I don't like this shirt, and it's going to be me. Oh, you know, I should look. I should look sometimes. I should really look. Yay! Hello.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for waiting patiently while I was waffling on the other side of this room. I'll go back
No
to.
problem.
How are you?
I am sleepy. My mom kept me awake though, so I didn't sleep through the stream.
Oh, thank you, Mom. Thank you.
She's
Yay.
like, Water Nate, wake up. Hello, Von Rick. Hello, Joy. Kilroy.
Yay. Sorry.
Pam.
I think
Wait,
I'm not.
no, I don't see Pam. Butterfly, Artemis. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Pam will be here if she's not already. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm so mad because whenever the temperature drops, my nose gets clogged, and it's been like this my whole life. Have you ever had like an allergy or something, and you're like, wow, this is just never gonna go away?
Ugh. Awful.
So it's more annoying than anything.
Contrary to popular belief, breathing is very necessary.
Did you see my fez that I was wearing in Phoenix's stream yesterday?
No, I didn't see.
I will show it off later. It's from the Shriners. And the man's name was Bernie Burningson.
Oh, goodness.
If that was not meant to be for me, I don't know what is anymore.
No, Pam is here.
Yay!
Bernie Burningson. I mean, that's quite the name.
If I ever have an alias, if you ever see at a hotel that someone signed, do people even sign? I'm so old. Do people even sign in for hotels anymore? I need to stop watching those 1970s British comedies. If you ever see Bernie Bernstein, it's me. It's me. It's totally me. You know, I should know that because, fun fact, I used to use Travelocity and all those sites. They're kind of a rip. And so I stopped using them, and they beg me for my business. Because what happens is like you'll pay for a room when you get there, and then every time you show up to the hotel wants a $50 to $60 booking fee.
Oh, goodness.
Because you didn't go through them, you went through a third party.
Okay.
And so all of these sites do not tell you that.
Surprise.
So they beg me for their business because it was easy for me because I could just do it on my phone. I just got annoyed of being charged in like those are the outskirt hotels. There was a hotel one time charged me $110, and I was like, "What's the point of booking with It was Orbitz at the time.
Yeah. Weird.
God, is a bit old-fashioned. When everybody else was burning CDs, he was still burning books. I'm not that old. I'm not that much of a Viking. I will say though, if I ever do get sued by Napster, I deserve it. I still have
Napster.
Come at me. Come at me.
Are they still even around?
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I was scared when they were suing like little kids. I was like, "Uh-oh." I was of legal age. I'm like, "Uh-oh, they can legally sue me." Needless to say, I stole a massive amount of CDs of songs from them. But I don't know.
Allegedly.
No, but allegedly, is that intellectual property? What? Let's talk about that. Because like somebody started an Etsy thing and they called it Godless Sewing and they had some of my stuff. And like I didn't care because I own all the stuff. And I did cry and get that fake Godless Sewing taken down. But part of me wasn't like, whatever. If they want to use my name, like, where's that line between intellectual property? It's because I own the stuff, so it's a little bit different. Like, I own all the stuff that I take pictures of because it's literally here, you know. But they were pretending to be me on Etsy.
I mean, I think the publishing companies, music publishers, are feeling the same way. They're like, hey, we own this. People need to pay us for it. Napster was kind of, they were working I don't want to call it a loophole, but where the laws haven't quite caught up yet.
Yeah.
So
there was that weird copyright thing about if something was made before a certain year, you know.
Well, the whole digital thing wasn't written into the law, but Kilroy is flying the skull and crossbones.
Absolutely, yeah. I do too. I do too. I'm so glad I downloaded all that Babylon 5 before it was taken off the internet.
It's not available anymore?
There used to be sites like Daily Motion and things that would get around it where you could watch it. It has completely been taken off the interwebs unless you want to pay for it.
Oh. Ah, Sydney has arrived. Hello, Sydney.
Yay! Hello, Sydney. How are you? So glad to see you. If anyone wants to jump in, by all means, please let me know. It is so good to see you, Sydney. Oh, boy, this needs. Oh, no, I don't want to put anyone in a timeout. I need to put my phone down. I need to put my phone away from me, and I need to put it down. Phones are still not made for people with giant hands.
Oh my goodness. Riley broke her elbow.
Yikes. Oh, that's the worst when kids get hurt. That is
on her birthday.
Oh, of course. That is something that she will remember for the rest of her life. I have stories like that. I played hockey on my birthday when I was like 7 or 8, and I got checked with a stick, and I still have a scar in my mouth to this very day. And if I tell you that you're roboting, are you going to hop out and then hop back?
I'll be right back.
Yikes, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to time anybody out. What he is trying to time me. I'm not trying to time out anybody. And if I do, I apologize. I have giant clumsy hands and I need to stop futzing around with my phone.
If anything, it'll be Kilroy who says something outrageous. Have to go to pirate jail.
No, I'm like, that's one reason I give everybody wrenches. I have a 0 tolerance for real trolls. Like, if someone comes in and they're just in their nonsense, you have my full permission to completely, excommunicate that person as far as being on stream. There's no such thing as pirate jail.
The plank for you.
I'm one of those people that if I really got planked, I would do a backflip. They'd be like, well, he went out like a true gymnast.
You might as well.
You're going to be shark food. You might as well make it interesting. Do you know what's so funny? I say that because I've been watching. When I was a kid, I used to go to Mexico every summer with my parents. And because I was the youngest, I'd go every summer. And so I think cliff diving is still to this day, because I've seen it face to face from basically my whole life. I think cliff diving is interesting.
Yeah.
So I weirdly have cliff diving content on my YouTube is all over the place. I'm subscribed to animals. I have cliff divers on there, sewing content, all kinds of sci-fi stuff, dancing Klingons.
Well, you got to have the important stuff.
Do you know I watch that so much it pops up as a playlist? That
You put it on there so it plays through like 7 times or something.
no, I'm old school. I just click on it. I just like, oh, I'm gonna watch that again. It's 33 seconds. Amazing, 33 amazing seconds. I will all jokes I will refrain from. You know, I'm gonna stop saying that, but having a serger is so anticlimactic. I like the drama of lining things, you know, the whole like sitting here. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I like drinking my coffee and sitting around the sewing machine telling stories of the glory days.
Oh, goodness. I mean,
Glory
you can
days.
line things and use a serger.
Don't let them pass you by, glory days. I agree. I'm astonished at the efficiency of the serger. Because in my comeback of sewing, I have yet to use a serger, and I forgot how powerful they were and how much they cut the drama out of certain things.
They're so efficient, but I don't really like the way serge seams look.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
mean, like, it's so nice to be able to just go zoop, and then you're not going to have any fraying, and, you know, like, I recognize their benefit, but aesthetically speaking, I'm not much of a fan.
I'm just tired of certain coats I have. They look like they're from 1860 because I didn't use a serger.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
But I'm not going for like I made a blue coat that was straight like Buffalo Soldier. I fell in love with that thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it served its purpose, you know. But not every coat needs to be Buffalo Soldier. Now that's the song to get stuck in your head. He was a Buffalo Soldier. Do you know, a long time ago, somebody I watched these YouTubers, they sang a bunch of songs on a stream. One person who was just kind of a shrub of a human, their stream was taken down live on air. The other person sat there and sang karaoke on their stream for 3 hours and nothing happened. I might have a karaoke stream and see what happens. Where I'm just singing and sewing. I'll have the musical version of Monday Night Sewing. Oh, now I have the Klingon stuck in my head.
I mean, there are worse things. At least the Klingons are entertaining.
Dubstep Klingons for life. Did I? No, I didn't put anyone in a timeout, did I? Okay, no. I'm really hoping I did it. Like I said, I have giant fingers and 5 iPhones in here, so if I did, I apologize. It felt good to be out of the rain.
Kilroy has strong words about sergers.
No horse. I love that song. There was one time I went on this weird tour of ballparks on the West Coast, and I had "Who Stopped the Rain" stuck in my head for the entire trip. It was just straight. So that song really reminds me of baseball.
That's random.
It was the most random thing, and I talked about it so much. People were by the end of the trip, we were singing it and playing it. It felt good to be out of the rain. That reminds me, like when I lived in Portland. Ooh, now I have that song stuck in my head. Will I wonder? So, how's your day going? I was going off about the 10 freeway
I saw that.
because I
Well,
can't
I
go
was.
down. I can't go be a pirate downtown this weekend.
Mm, what will you do?
Sleeping. Even though, like, it makes me feel productive when I get up really early on Saturday. But then I end up taking a power nap before the stream.
Mm.
So I'm
Yeah,
bright-eyed and, semi-bushy-tailed.
I wake up super early and then I try to take a power nap that turns out into it
Sleep.
turns into just sleeping.
Oh, right. This is so strange. I have quite a few songs stuck in my head. I have this strangest playlist on earth that goes from like Mojo Nixon to death metal to rap. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Have you been playing Gnome?
I actually have, and all that other weird stuff that you've been suggesting that's all popped up. I tell you, every time I'm like, oh gosh, this is gonna be my playlist, and then I'm telling you, I'm like, this is so obnoxious. 3 hours later, I'm like rocking out to it in here, like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Pirate gnomes for life. I'm gonna make a captain, but I'm gonna make a captain the weird way like this book describes. I have a book, I think it's from the 60s, and they talk about Jimi Hendrix style clothes. When was Hendrix popular?
Okay. In the 60s?
He was.
Late 60s?
I was heavily into the Doors as a kid. I loved Hendrix, but I got more into the Doors. So I know Morrison's entire life. you know. Oh,
Back in the day, I heard an album, and it was who was it? It was some well-known orchestra doing instrumental versions of all the Doors, of a bunch of Doors songs.
Do you know what's funny? In a weird way, I know the person that helped produce that.
Oh wow!
That's so strange you would say that. And I walked into a recording session, and the only living member of the Doors at the time was in there. And it was like, I didn't even say anything because I really didn't even know who he was. Like, we were talking, we were all hanging out, chopping it up. And then when everyone left, the person I knew was like, you realize you were just talking to someone from the Doors? And I was like, no. No, I did not know that. But I know someone. They were weirdly connected with this producer guy that I was really connected with as well.
Well, Kilroy, I don't think is impressed by that story. According to Kilroy, the album is blasphemous.
I was obsessed as a kid. I was obsessed. Oh, I can feel my eyes gonna swell because it's itchy. I ate something that had real tomatoes in it recently.
Oh dear.
What are
you doing with the real tomatoes?
I can feel it. I'm getting a swollen eye soon. If I don't wake up tomorrow with it, I'll be shocked.
Maybe you should take an antihistamine.
I will. It's only in the funny stage right now where it's itchy.
Well, cut it off at the pass.
In the drawer of my desk is every kind of like thing you could possibly think of to save my life. Mm-hmm. So we're in the same vicinity of each other.
Yeah, but it works better when it goes through your stomach.
Who's on third and what's on second? Thank you. Thank you, Groucho. Thank you. I am Harpo and you are Groucho.
I don't think it works from the drawer.
Oh man.
I'm eating fancified chicken soup. I cooked up some onion and broccolini, and then I put the chicken soup in, and then I added some butter and cream. It's amazing.
I have no idea what's going on with this thing. Oh, don't die on me, phone. You're only an iPhone 4. How come you don't work, buddy? There you go, pal. Oh, poor phone. It's like, why am I still alive? Okay. So I had to make a cheetah shirt to go along with my cheetah trench coat that I talked about. Do you know I literally went all over the internet like a toddler? I was like, I'm gonna make a cheetah trench coat, and I don't even know why. So I felt compelled to make the trench coat, and now I'm gonna make a shirt to go along with it.
Why not? You've got I hear 8 yards of that fabric, so you're gonna have a whole wardrobe of cheetah fabric.
Not anymore. And that was another reason why I was going to go downtown, because that store is going out of business. But and their prices are unreal. I got this stuff for $1 a yard plus tax. So I paid like $8.64 or so it was enough to put up with the guy's attitude.
Wow.
They're a bit too. It's weird. Maybe it's me, but they're just very like whatever. But like I said, the guys on the vendors on the main street are very abrupt and rude. Come across as rude. But sometimes I think it's a cultural thing too.
Maybe they get a lot of looky-loos and they're frustrated.
I'm not playing. I literally come with like that meme of "shut up and take my money," I don't know, third base. Pop goes the weasel. I remember that summer. It was like 94, I think, third base. I watched way too much MTV as a kid. Okay, I have to.
Third base?
Was a rap group.
Yeah. I was confused for a second. I forgot there was a third base, and I thought you were talking about Ace of Base.
Oh, you had to say the name. So I Saw the Sign was my karaoke song.
All right.
See, I already have it in. I Saw the Sign. If it came on, people were like, uh-oh. Don't tell William. Do not tell William this song, though. That was my song. All right. See, that size lined up perfect. Now I have Ace of Base stuck in my head. Oh, man.
Quick, change it to something else.
Rah, sewing steam.
Oh, no.
But really. Okay, that goes back to what I was saying. Okay, is silver tacky?
Silver?
I want to make something out of my silver sequins. I was thinking about a shirt or something. But recently I've been watching too many judge shows. And a lot of people are saying that silver is very tacky. So anytime there's a silver challenge, it just comes out hokey and tacky.
Like silver fabric or
yes.
Or silver. I mean, I'm wearing silver jewelry, but Veronic's taking off.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Von Rick. It was great to see you.
Oh, excuse me, Von Rick. I think I called you Vronick. Sorry.
Have a great night, Von Rick. It was so great seeing you. Thank you, Butterfly. I'm on this weird thing. I've been watching that show too much. And these are like people that are being judged by supermodels and people that have been in the business longer than I've been alive.
Well,
why did I do that? That's okay. Oh, it's not a project if you're not bleeding on it.
Ouch.
I can finally use my Band-Aid. Do you want to know how geeky I am? Look. They're
Well,
my tone Band-Aids.
it took them long enough.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt.
Butterfly, I am munching on some fancified chicken soup.
Holy
I have chicken soup from Trader Joe's, and before I put it in the pan, I sauteed some baby broccoli and a little cipollini onion, and put the soup in. Then I added some cream and butter,
awesome.
but no blood from Godless's finger.
Yeah, I gotta put Band-Aids on because I'm bleeding.
Ooh,
All right,
ouch.
I gotta put some Band-Aids on. Break time. As I have rah Rasputin in my head. I am going at 100 miles an hour. I do need to slow down a little bit. It's Monday. It's the beginning of the week. Those pins bit me.
Yeah. Oh, it sounded painful. Ouch.
That is one thing I can't hide is when those pins bite me. I see, but that is proof that I don't curse all the time. That is proof that I do not curse all the time. Because my first thought is not, it's like, oh, it's not like, it's Holy Smokes Bullwinkle. And I stole that from Richard Dean Anderson in Stargate. So I say that. Oh, that really, because it's not going away. So I really got to put Band-Aids on. Let's see what these are for non-sponsored our tone Band-Aids.
It's pretty tasty.
We all want to know what's for dinner. Oh man, that hurt. Man.
Oh. Ouch. Did you get blood on your fabric?
No, because I jumped. I immediately jumped. Oh, that's so funny. These are not my tone, but I don't care. We can still play.
I mean, does the tone match the box color?
The Walmart one had of every tone, but it's in the house. Because Isaiah was like, I need Band-Aids. I was like, I got you. I got you. And I had, because I bought this more as a novelty at my local Vons, which is a Safeway, and like everything at Vons is overpriced. So I went to Walmart and got the Walmart version, got like 150 of them for literally the same price. Those cool Band-Aids, thank you. But Isaiah has ones that are the full color, the full spectrum of the rainbow, so to speak. Oh man, it's so funny. That is like my sign to slow down. I really got myself. That's okay. It happens all the time. These two fingers are asbestos fingers. Like I feel nothing on them because I'm a hand sewer. But I got my middle finger and it hurts. That one hurt bad. My other one, it feels nothing. Oh, that's so funny. It's been a while since I really got myself like that. Oh, let me check my notes. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that's been happening. Spaghetti and garlic bread.
That sounds really good.
I've been craving garlic bread, but the only place that has it is a Safeway by my house. For some reason, Walmart has garlic knots and not like the giant things of garlic bread like they used to.
You don't make your own garlic bread?
It's been a while. I like the big, fresh, because I'm a homeschooler, Isaiah and I go when they're making the bread. It used to be Ralph's, but that place shut down, and so we go to the Vons by my house. And like, I'm hooked on jalapeno bagels. I know that's so LA, but I'm surprised if you don't have jalapeno bagels in your area. I probably haven't been there.
I didn't know that was an LA thing specifically.
I've only really seen them in New York, New Jersey, and LA.
Hmm.
Like Florida, I didn't see them really in Florida. I could have been not looking. Could be a thing now. I did, like, the last time I did my serious, like, big Pee-wee adventure, it was 20 years ago.
Hmm.
Or 19, because it was 04 when I did my big thing, so that was a while ago. I ran my hand across probably 5 or 6 pins, butterflies, and I thought they were in the other direction.
Oh, ouch.
So I
shiver.
really got myself. And it's like, and that material will show if I bleed all over it. So I'm giving myself a minute. But that's okay. I'm not going to go downtown, so I need to find something to do. I've been really wanting to make sweatshirts and just clothes in general out of all that star material that I've got from Modelo guy. So I think I'm really going to work on that. I want to start getting back to making videos, even though YouTube is still going after my videos. I was at 100 something views. I woke up and it said I had 50 something views. It is what it is. At this point, I'm not even mad about it. I'm not here like for if people watch my stuff, that's cool, but I do this because I love to do it.
Maybe that's after they sort out the like view hours and logins and all of that kind of thing.
I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. I'm craving cornbread now. You said a word and I'm like, I bet I could make some really fast. I have the Jiffy stuff and that other weird stuff. I had a giant dinner too. I had a giant, unreal dinner.
What'd you have?
Pork chops, macaroni, and corn. Because my son's a chef and he made macaroni and cheese the real way.
Oh wow.
But the thing is, the macaroni he makes, when you eat it, your legs go your waist goes. It's so filling. It is so. I don't want to tell him that he cooks like my grandma from the South. I'm like, oh my god, kid, you are such a good cook. He's such a good cook. I tell him every time, I'm like, good, you are such a good cook, but I don't want to tell him how good of a cook he really is. I do too. I'm obsessed with the Stouffer stuff. The Stouffer's that you put in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't. Like 2 weeks ago, I ate half a tray and shamed myself. I was in the mirror. I was like, get that cheese off of your face. You just ate half a tray.
When I was a kid, I used to have the Stouffer's French bread pizzas.
Those were amazing. Those were absolutely the best. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, now I'm craving something that... Do those even exist anymore?
The French bread pizzas?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't eat boxed food like that.
Me neither. I haven't.
All right.
I don't know. I might have walked by it when I was looking for something to eat at Target late at night in an emergency situation. But
if they do, I'm gonna go tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go buy some. I love that Stouffer stuff. I don't get it all the time, but when I do, I get the huge party size. I can smell it. My grandma had one of those. What are they called? They were those little toasters. What are they called? They were brain fart. The mini
toaster oven.
Thank you. I was obsessed with cooking anything on a toaster oven. She's the reason why I still eat sourdough bread to this very day. That and because my grandma was born in 1919, she was obsessed with lard and butter. So it made everything taste better. All right. So I'm going to try to do this without getting any injuries this time.
Okay.
I have my cool Band-Aids on now. They're
nice.
Oh, man, I really stuck myself because I can see it through the Band-Aid.
Oh, my word.
It's okay.
Did you put some pressure on it?
Oh, I put some pressure on it. I said, "Stop bleeding. Thou shalt cease immediately." All right. It's not a real project if you haven't bled for it. Perfect. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna run this thing through the surgery. It's gonna be really anticlimactic because it's gonna take me longer to pin this thing. But let's make a Surger shirt and see what happens. I'm still gonna do my sleeves the only way I know how, but this is gonna be awesome.
Nothing wrong with doing your sleeves that way. Seems like a good idea. You're not fighting them. You don't call them sleeveless, so must be doing something right.
Not sure 1919 has anything to do with that. I was born way after then, and I'm obsessed with Larden. But well, my grandmother came from an era where people only ate that, and as other things came into market, she would literally like put her nose up at it and be like, "I don't." She would call everything New Age, and I mean like in the 80s. She was like, "I don't need that New Age stuff." So I laugh when people say New Age now. I laugh. Awesome.
I was with my boyfriend back in the day, and we were visiting his family in the Appalachians. And we stopped by his aunt and uncle's house, and she was getting ready to cook dinner, and she took out this big old cast iron skillet and put it on the stove.
Oh.
And then she threw in this huge glob of lard into the skillet and melted that up, and then added like some cornmeal and whatnot, and then put it in the oven. I had never seen cornbread made that way.
Oh, now you're making me just, I'm foaming at the mouth. We really don't get stuff like that around here unless you know someone that cooks like that.
Yeah.
I actually know someone like that. I know some. Oh man, I know. I need to get a new mic stand. My mic is floppy. Come on, bro. I know someone that used to put buttermilk in everything, and they put buttermilk in their biscuits, and it made me obsessed. Obsessed.
Buttermilk is so good in biscuits.
Oh. See, I gained 5 pounds just talking about that.
Your pants are suddenly tight.
Yeah, exactly. I went up a pant size just thinking about it. Do you know what's really funny? As someone who was like bone skinny his whole life, it's weird to me to like my weight gain was just strange to me because I was like rail thin, and then I hit my 40s hit, and I am no longer skinny. Well, as.
Well, I mean, you did say that you suddenly started sitting around the house eating bonbons and drinking treats.
Yeah, I turned into Peg Bundy, but I got a better job too, though, so I wasn't like climbing a ladder and doing things anymore. I was sitting in the office and looking out the window, all just having a total midlife crisis. Yeah, I wonder what people are doing right now. I'm going on Facebook at 10:45 in the morning. All right. Okay, Surger. Do your surgy thing.
Oh, you're using your surging station. Nice.
I need to the next time I see a standing desk at the Goodwill, because lately I've been seeing standing desks everywhere. Did you hear my old school stutter? I used to not be able to pronounce L's. So I've been seeing standing desks everywhere. And so I'm thinking about buying one, but I have no space. Oh, fried cornbread. We have now entered the food portion of the Godless Sewing channel. We've been here for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've been in the food portion.
That is one thing I went through during COVID. I was buying boxed corn dogs and frying them. They were so good. They were so good.
What were you saying about not knowing where the weight came from?
Oh, I know where it came from. I just got hungry one day. I was skinny my whole life, and I was like, I'm hungry. What is this hungry thing? It is the way to go. Absolutely. It is the only way to go. I'm like turning around, not knowing that the surgery is right here. Okay, come on. Oh, man down. All kinds of stuff is falling off my. Where are my scissors? You're making sure you don't have any spinach in your teeth?
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I don't look like I remember everything you say, but I remember everything you say.
I think I have a hang lip and chicken in my teeth. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, Mariah Carey's back in my head just out of nowhere. Oh, this is so perfect. Do you know what the funny thing is? I'm going to ask, like a year from now, I'm going to ask myself, like, what did I do before my surgery? Oh. For anyone who is wondering why I was sitting here waffling, it's because I knew it wasn't going to take that long. Usually when I double and triple reinforce my seams, it's double time. Perfect. And if it wasn't for Pam and Joy, I would not have my surgery going. Oh, that's beautiful. Perfect. You know what? I do need to start making t-shirts for all the cliche things I say over and over and over. I am very Richard Dean Anderson in that sense, where I am the king of cliches. Oh, look at that. It's just amazing when something like this machine that sat here for 2 years, this thing was literally exiled, and look at it now. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to set my sleeves the only way I know how. I hope everyone's having a great evening. I'm going to go full cheetah this evening. In a minute, I'm going to add the arms to this, and we're going to see how much room this surgery does or does not give. Okay. Beautiful. That's perfect. I'll wait for Waterday to come back. But last night I was also watching an election in Nigeria, and politics around the world it's so strange watching people conduct their business, when they don't speak their language. It's really interesting. All right. Oh. So I have a question for you, Wadane.
Okay.
Do you frequent the dollar store? Do you go to the 99-cent store at all?
No.
Today, I was roaming the dollar store with young Mr. Sewing.
Mm-hmm.
They have Sheen style clothes there. They have fast fashion at the dollar store. I almost bought something, and then something told me like somebody made 9 million of these. You need to stop contributing to slave labor. I had my moment because I bought a long time ago, like 2 years ago, when I didn't know what to make. I made a caftan, my famous crummy caftan that I made. And I went to the 99-cent store and I purchased one. And when I bought it, I was like, somebody probably made 10,000 of these.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see at the end of every scene where they were like, good enough, good enough, good enough, good enough. You know, because they were probably doing 100,000 of them in that day. It's just, I do not like mass-produced clothes in that sense. And in like, it's different with the bootleg stuff because you can't tell if it's bootleg or not. But with that stuff in the dollar store, I was like, this is, I don't even know what to say anymore because I know where it comes from. It's different if you don't know where it comes from and you contribute, but if you know where it comes from and you contribute, like, are you part of the problem?
Yeah. I mean, it's great to, you know, have like global trade and for people around the world to have jobs and everything. You know, that's good, but oftentimes, most of the time, they're exploited, which is not so great.
Yeah, exactly. Which led me to like, yikes, I can't buy this. I had a dilemma in the middle of the 99-cent store. I was like, I can't buy this.
I clipped my hair, but it's
Speaking of
pulling.
dilemma, I didn't know that I was gonna wear, so I'm gonna switch in mid because I wanted to wear this too. This is my cowboy shirt with a real life bib. I rarely wear it because I cut the collar off a long time ago.
Okay.
But I like this shirt. And I finally have gained enough weight where it looks decent on me.
Had to bulk up.
I've had this forever. But this is a real life denim cowboy shirt with the bib. Full Wild Bill Hickok style. It's funny how certain styles disappeared. Like this is the cut is from the 1800s.
Oh, wow.
Because it's got the bib, you know, this is like Victorian era because it's got the, here, let me
All right.
get a little bit closer. But it's got the giant bib on it. This floppy mic is going to drive me crazy.
I like the giant bib.
I was shaping the shoulders. I have very specific things that I do when I cut the sleeves off of something. I cut it to my dimensions. So if you're ever like, oh, his vests are perfect, it's because I cut them that way. I've measured it like 10 times and then I cut it. Okay. So this old school bib, it's a giant bib, right? But when you buckle everything up, it looks great. And I forgot I had this shirt, and it's been a long time since
Are you just showing us because it's awesome, or are you getting it? Are you like gonna make one, or are you making a point with this, or are we just admiring your shirt?
Do you want me to drive a motorcycle through this room? You want me to get a horse and like
No.
go full Fonzie?
I wasn't sure if I had missed something in there. Distracted with
I
my
was
ouch,
gonna
my hair's
I didn't know what
cold.
to wear, so I was like having a vest, you know, I was trying on quite a few vests.
All right. Well, I like that one. That's a fine choice.
But this cut is not popular anymore. This is something that's from like 100 something years ago, you know. But I
Well,
want to bring back the cowboy cut. Is what I was trying to stammer out.
you should. It looks great.
Oops! Almost took my. I don't
This
know
is
if I.
not working.
I've had this for quite a while though. This shirt is humongous. Okay, back to your regular scheduled program. Thank you.
I like it. You should make a shirt with that same neckline technique.
Now that I have it out, I could easily make something like this. I do. I need to go buy more denim. See, I keep the list keeps on growing of why to go downtown.
Well, you've got that gray denim.
I have to find the other half of it though, because I had like 24 yards,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't find the other. There's like at least 10 yards somewhere. I have to go through all my stuff.
Hmm.
I
Did
have
you
to go
look over by the thing?
It's not near the thing, and I went by the other thing, and it's not there either.
Nick, I just saw the back of that shirt. Oh my goodness.
That's one thing that's super godless sewing is that I'm like a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back.
Did you ever read the Club Dumas?
No, I used to wear this on a horse, and it caused actually a lot of controversy. Oh, but
The club
people don't have a sense of humor anymore.
in my in one of my literature classes, someone just asked conversationally what the scariest book was that we'd ever read, and about four of us said the Club Dumas. It was really good, but it was creepy.
As in, like, was it something like that was so creepy you couldn't put it down? Or it made you like scared to go, like Freddy Krueger, you were scared to go to bed at night?
Well, I mean, it didn't like scare me leaking into real life, but reading it was scary.
Oh, I might have
It was
to take a
it
few.
was hmm?
Oh, no, I'm talking to myself. I might have to take a few layers off to put this on. This might be a tight fit. The serger did take off an inch or two, but that's okay. Sorry, keep going.
No, I'm done. I told you I made a book recommendation, inquired if anyone had read it. You know, that was it.
I do need a new book, even though I'm reading all the I'm reading Mark Twain's not so popular stories right now.
Oh,
It's really cool. It's a book I found at the Goodwill because I'm a shopaholic.
uh-huh.
You gotta. And you know what the funny thing is, I on Star Trek they're constantly referencing a certain era, and they're constantly referencing Mark Twain. And so it's funny to read the stories that some of the Star Trek stories are based on, and you wouldn't even know it if you read some of these stories. And some of the titles are even copied from the show. I'm sorry, the show copied some of the short stories of Mark Twain. It's just hilarious.
Referencing things
that most people can't, identify because they didn't read a book from 100 something years ago, which is sad.
They should. They're missing out.
You know what? One of the cliches that is so true that and this is more true in the UK. But I used to go to watch speakers all the time, and this guy would always say, it's amazing how in America we have a liquor store on every corner, and in London they have a bookstore on every corner. And I don't know if it's still true, but it was kind of true when I went there. And France too, they have bookstores everywhere. So,
well, after seeing the movie, my friend and I went to 84 Charing Cross Road.
Oh, awesome.
But the only thing that looked like number 84 was in a different place on the street and it was a Pizza Hut. It's very disappointing.
You know, so Domino's has taken over the UK now. It's so weird when I see our stuff. I was watching this thing about Africa, and this woman was like walking down the street. They have KFC, they have Papa John's. They're eating the same pizza I am in Africa. I thought that was really interesting. It's okay
I
to
wonder
say-
if they like it or if they think it's crap.
You know what? That's a really good question because you'll rarely see like a Taco Bell or a Del Taco in Mexico, but they have AM PM, McDonald's, Burger King, and they love this stuff. They love an hamburguesa from America. Like their food is way better than ours, and they're eating our stuff. You know, it's the strangest thing. It was weird to me to walk into an AM PM in the middle of Mexico, and they had everything. The nachos, they had everything. It was all American food.
Oh,
Yeah.
of all the places to get nachos.
You never had gas station nachos?
Well, no, I was meaning more that, you know, when you're in Mexico, I wouldn't think of going to the gas station for Mexican adjacent food.
I was shocked that it was like a surreal moment because I walked in and I'm like, oh, it was like I felt like I was back in America. It's kind of like Walmart. Walmart has certain floor plans. I have been from Santa Monica all the way to Savannah, Georgia. Walmart has like 4 floor plans. They all look alike. It is the creepiest thing. And I thought it was weird that they had a bunch of hair salons in Georgia, but there's a hair salon in the Walmart by my house.
Hair salon, optometrist.
It's still strange to me. Oh, let's see what else. I'm not going to go downtown because the freeway is super heated. The UK is imploding. They brought back David Cameron. He is now the foreign secretary. He is the man who brought Brexit on and got canned for it.
Well, it's entirely possible I'm getting my British politicians confused, but I thought that he didn't. Wait, was he the one who left when Brexit got voted in, or was he the one who?
He was pre-Boris Johnson. He was the last stable prime minister before the summer of prime ministers.
Okay, so he was okay. So I am remembering the right one. So he didn't want Brexit, and he's like, "Well, you voted for this, you deal with it." Which I don't know. It seemed to me that we should have had someone sensible who, I mean, I understand if he didn't want it, but he should have at least tried to make it go smoothly.
But that's like Biden bringing back Obama to be the Secretary of State. It just doesn't make sense. This is kind of unprecedented. You know, if you really think about it, the only time it ever happened was Gordon Brown brought back. I can't remember the person's name. I know I'm to my audience. I apologize. I know a lot about UK politics. I know way too much because I don't sleep at night. And when everyone's asleep in America, they're just waking up.
But I mean, if he did bring back Obama to be Secretary of State, how would you feel about that?
I'm a stan. I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm a stan. I'm a total stan. There's no secret here. I wear Obama t-shirts. Like you can't ask me that question. I'm biased, you know.
You'll take all the Obama you can get.
But he's cool. Like he would talk to us. He would hang out with us. Like Obama's cool. And not even like, I hate to say it, but I say this all the time. I met George Bush, and George Bush is a normal person too.
Well, you know, we used to have those.
George Bush drives a pickup truck, still with the Secret Service behind him, but he still drives a pickup truck, you know. So sorry, I have you know, but like, okay, let's talk about, like, what if they like brought someone that tanked the economy? You know what I'm saying? That's basically what they're doing. It's a
Oh.
clown show. It's a clown show that's going on over there.
Well, I mean, I don't know that Brexit was his fault, though. He didn't want it, and I thought he was trying to avoid it.
But then he ushered in the circus and brought in the other politicians that literally made the entire country look bad. They are now, after Brexit, they are now like, you know, they went from the 5th most powerful country in the world, and now like they don't have a say in anything anymore.
Kilroy has a novel idea. Kilroy wants to add to the scandals and bring back Nixon.
That's a Futurama episode, and it didn't end well. It did not end well. Gosh, that was a good show that no one watched until it was canceled twice.
I saw a meme about Firefly. It's been 20 years and people are still upset that it was canceled.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah.
It does not feel like it.
No.
It's because I still watch the movie when I get bored.
Oh, goodness.
I still watch the movie.
Watch.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
When Castle first came out, I was watching it. And there was the episode where Nathan Fillion's character was dressing up for Halloween. And he came out in the Firefly outfit.
Oh, he did? I have to watch that now.
The one who played his daughter says to him, "Weren't you that like 4 years ago?" And he's like, "Yes, but it still looks great."
Forever. It will look great forever. Space Cowboys, come on. You couldn't keep me on the farm when I saw that. Oh, I can't fold with Band-Aids on my fingers. That's so funny.
I got some new Band-Aids to try. They're they have pandas on them.
Oh. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. Let's just set it and forget it, as they say.
Oh, goodness.
I'll figure it out when I'm sewing.
If you start spray painting the back of your head, we're gonna have an intervention.
I told you about the Rogaine commercial, right?
One
night it was like 2:45, and there was a guy in a van with a brand new fro. And I told myself, William, go to bed. Do not watch this. But of course, because none of us ever listened to ourselves, I sat there and watched. It was either Rogaine or Hair Club for Men, or I don't know if they're the same. It might be the new Hair Club for Men. And this guy had a brand new fro. It was so shiny and beautiful. After watching it, about a half an hour into it, it dawned on me they literally were spray painting his hair.
Oh, goodness.
It's some weird thing that they say is going to grow. But it's like hair paint.
Like they paint it on and then that's supposed to like fertilize or something?
They literally painted this brother's hair. And I'm like, I've never asked for time back ever. Never in my life have I been like, wow, that was a waste. But that was like a waste for real. It's great. But I am a kind of a person who, I'll sit there and watch an infomercial if I think it's interesting. You're going to laugh at me and your eyes are going to roll when I say the name. But I collect VHSs. I bought the Oliver North infomercial. It was 50 cents. You still with me?
Yes.
I felt your eye roll. But I remember watching it as I was a kid, when I was a kid, because they were trying to, raise money for him because he was gonna, you know, go to jail for a very long time. So long story short, I remember the infomercial was nothing but propaganda asking you to buy the VHS. Do you know the VHS is the infomercial?
Oh goodness.
You're getting ripped off. It made me laugh so hard. I watched it. It made me laugh. But they make Oliver North sound like one of the greatest patriots that ever lived. But that's what propaganda does,
Mm.
Oh, one day I'm gonna Google it and make you watch it one day.
Oh dear.
The opening, like honestly, I can't. The first 10 minutes, I fast forward past it because they start at the Revolutionary War and work themselves up to Oliver North,
I think I
attributing
have
him. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think I have a thing that day.
It was interesting. When I bought it, I was like, after all these years, this is what they were trying to sell us. Oh man. Come on, sleeves. I know the serger.
Hmm?
I'm talking to my sleeves and hope that they'll cooperate, and they're not.
Did the serger chop too much off your arm side?
We're gonna find out when I put this on. But the sleeves are just they're not being nice right now.
Oh dear.
It's okay. It's okay. It's like honestly, it comes with the territory.
Mm.
All right. We will figure that out while I'm sewing it. Perfect. I hope everybody's having a great evening. Let's see. I'm still watching. Is there any shows you've been watching? I'm still watching that fashion show on Netflix. I think I'm starving for a competition show, and it was right up my alley because it's all about fashion, and it's inspiring me to go outside the box too. It's
Mm.
really inspiring me to go outside the box.
I watched a documentary today like a YouTube documentary on Mrs. Astor. It was interesting. The host person was saying that the her family, they were like Dutch kind of early settlers, old money kind of thing, and they had $600,000, which was the equivalent of 20 million. But then she married for money to Mr. Astor, one of the Astors, and he was the second son and got a smaller inheritance, but he still had 20 million back then, which now would be this astronomical sum. And it was just mind-boggling how much money these people had. Oh, did he run away? Here I was telling an amusing anecdote about the Astors. I did not come prepared with things to chat about today. What do you have going on? Pop up in the chat. Give us some. Oh, men. Oh, my. Tell us about the men.
I'm sorry.
Joy has men in her life.
Oh, now I have that song. It's raining men.
Hallelujah, it's raining men.
Oh.
Amen.
Oh, that's hilarious. So I have a question for people: to pattern or not to pattern? The Dutch are tight-fisted. I had a Dutch person I knew once said that us Americans get our love for sales and deals, and the Dutch. I did not know that. His ears do not work.
Uh-oh.
Well, as a representative from Man Incorporated, we're working on that, and most men come out with defective ears.
Did you see the there were two sketches, I think by the same comedy group. It was a British thing, and there was one with the man cold, and then the other one with the magic coffee table.
Oh Lord. I have not seen the magic coffee table.
Oh, his she comes to the lady comes to her partner and she's like, I can't go on like this, and she's all worked up and so much to do and all the housework and everything, and he's like, it's okay. She's like, what do you mean it's okay? I'm telling you, I'm so upset. And he's like, no, let me show you something. And he's like, you take anything I put on this coffee table, you leave it there, and then in the morning it's all put away. You have to try it.
That's a good way to start a fight and have someone never. I would never. I'm that person. If my son said something like that to me, I would lose it, because like every night I walk in the kitchen. No, I just basically clean my house every night.
Oh goodness.
Besides mopping, and I'm weirdly sanitary, so I go for the bathrooms, everything. And then he wakes up and the house smells fresh and nice. It's like a fairy. I am the cleaning fairy. Now that's a t-shirt. I'm actually mad at that whole statement. I am that person. You can't talk about a magic coffee table in front of me. I will snap and tell you the truth of how I feel about you, everything, the moment, how I've always felt about you. I'll say the things that I will regret later. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. I am so determined to work with this book. The Illustrated Hassle-Free Make Your Own Clothes Book by Sharon Rosenberg and Joan Weiner.
Are we supposed to be looking at this book right now?
No,
okay.
I'm just stoically reading it as Ben Sisko.
Okay.
But my voice is much higher.
I wanted to make sure you hadn't hit the wrong button or something.
No, but that's not rare around here at all. I'm just cleaning up. I have a massive mess here, and I'm just cleaning up a little bit before I expose my my desk. And I love my new lock screen. My lock screen. Am I in 2012? I love my new stop screen. The Ben Sisko fits the my so-called life theme, because I am. If someone asks me what are you, I'll just from now on I'm just gonna say Trekkie. Where are you from, space?
Oh goodness.
Do you get that question? I get that question at least 3 times a week, and it's not annoying as much as I feel like I should just walk around with a name tag that says all my identifiers.
Well, I mean, you can kind of see the look when they're working up how to ask you in a non-racist manner what your ethnic background is, because they're confused.
My favorite is, can I talk to your boss? And I'm like, unfortunately, I am the boss. I love that, actually, when people ask for the manager and I'm like, well, that's the sign. I am the manager. Oh, that's hilarious.
I feel like you can tell when people are just being inquisitive and when they're, being rude and racist. Most of the time, I just get people who are inquisitive.
I get the question mainly from people who look like me.
Or
of some reason, they think I'm from their same region of space that they're from. Because, as you probably do know, we are rent-a-ethnics. You could place us anywhere on the globe and we look like everyone else.
Yeah.
So people ask me all the time, where are you from? Where is this or that? And I actually have learned to semi-enjoy it. When I was younger, it was a bit upsetting, but the older I get, I'm okay with it. That just means I'm exotic.
That's right. I think that it's been something that's helped me in life, because it makes it a little bit harder for people to be racist when they don't know which racist things they have to drag out of their bag. You know, I mean, sure, you get people who are just generally unpleasant against anyone of color, but I think that it's given like a little layer of protection when they can't just assume I'm such and such, that, and then, you know, all the stereotypes that go with that.
All right. I agree with you.
But I think I told you I was supposed to go with my mom to Turkey on vacation. We had it all planned out. And then 9/11 happened. And that was when I'm like, I look a little too ambiguous to be traveling right now.
I actually was asked to get off of a plane during that time because of my I had really long. That was the last of my fro. That was the last time I ever had long hair. I'd been growing my hair out for almost 2 years at that point. That was the last time I had a real fro. Now I look like a 1970s soul singer. I look like I'm an Earth, Wind, and Fire. My like, ooh, buddy, you should have just shaved your head. And as the years go on, the hairline goes back more and more. I look like Homie the Clown.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, see, but I'm man enough to admit, like, I'm balding. Like, it's okay. You know, I just accepted it and started shaving my head. But I started balding at 17, so I've had time to accept it.
Sorry, pardon me.
Oh, no, it's Monday. No one's expecting you to do backflips.
Oh, good. It's been a long time since I've done any sort of backflip.
Oh, this is going to be so funny. I'm going to have to take off a few layers for this. I can tell this is not going to fit over my layers that I'm wearing right now.
Well,
make sure I'm on the right stitch.
Isn't it a shirt as opposed to a jacket or pullover thing?
Yes, but I make everything big, so when something's to my measurements, it gets kind of scary. It's kind of like I'm like right on the cusp of my pants right now. So every time I put my pants on, it's a gamble of like, are you going to fit, or I shouldn't have had those extra pancakes for breakfast.
Oh, goodness.
Well, that's kind of why I don't eat pancakes. I'm more of a chorizo and eggs kind of guy.
I love pancakes.
I do too.
Excuse me.
They don't love me.
Well, just think of this as the bottom layer instead of the top layer. Oh, there it goes.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you 100%. I did have to bust up my baby lock for as much as I've been bragging about my my singer. I just don't have faith in it. This I know will work and punch through things, you know?
Yeah.
Are we still in the food portion?
I think we always are.
I did start bringing up breakfast again. Maybe I did. Maybe that macaroni wasn't as filling. You know, Hans is becoming such a good cook. It's a life skill. And then when he told me you need grown adults who didn't know how to cook, it scared me.
It's true. A lot of people don't.
It's weird. My 14-year-old son knows how to cook macaroni from scratch, chicken. We had a good dinner. Well, it was pork chops, and he didn't even put shake and bake on it, and it was good. And I'm old school, and I love shake and bake.
Wow, that takes me back.
I still eat that stuff, and he looks at me and he's like, "This is so bad for you." And I'm like, "Don't read the box, kid. Just make it. Don't read the box."
I mean, it's no harder to make it from. Just put some seasoning in some. I mean,
let's just say the only reason he's not vegan is because he was raised by me, and I'm a barbecuer. So he's always like, "This is healthier. You should eat this or this." He's of that Michael P. Keaton age where he's smart enough to like be like, I appreciate the help. I am a bit of a dinosaur. I still cook with Crisco. What do I know? I had some really good teachers, and they would always tell me, like, hey, man, if time has passed me by, let me know. And sometimes time has passed me by.
Never.
Are you kidding me? You know how you of all people know how I feel about the younger generation. I look at them in awe of like, y'all are doing that on screen? Like self-indictments are real? I thought these were things our grandparents would just tell us, like, I don't believe in self-indictments, and neither should you.
It is. Kilroy says barbecue is healthy too.
Yay! And I helped.
Hello, Skits.
Yay! I'm a barbecuer. I am a heavy barbecuer.
My 1952 O'Keefe and Merritt has a grill-evator.
Oh, wow.
Which is like an indoor barbecue in your oven. Oh my goodness, it makes the best meats.
I had a smoker for a while, but I was really bad at that. And like, I think I just wanted a smoker, but I'm not a smoker kind of guy. But I had to buy one to discover that I didn't like it.
Oh.
It makes everything taste like smoke. But I can say in my life I smoked a duck.
Okay.
And after I smoked it, I was like, who's gonna eat it with me? And they were like, thanks for inviting us to the party, but we're gonna have hamburgers because that looks gross.
Well, you gave it the old chef school try.
I know what I did. It's because I thought I was being fancy and I used like non-recommended tiles. You're supposed to use certain tiles, but I had these hardcore tiles up at the shop. And so I put them in the smoker and it worked for a while. But I don't know if they were food grade tiles.
Oh, goodness.
But I learned that I'm not a smoker in that sense. But when I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, it tasted so much better there.
Well, maybe you just need to leave it to the trained professionals.
Exactly. And the guys
all hands.
on a guarantee. Owens knows how to cook. I don't even know where that gene came from, but he knows how to cook for real. It's because he's really good at reading instructions. I'm a bit of a pirate when it comes to that. Yeah, but you need a pinch of here and a dash of grandma's secret recipe, you know?
Yeah.
He's really good at following instructions. I'm not.
I mean, both are valid methods.
But I was raised around my grandmother, who she cooked Mexican food like no one's business. I never once saw her measure. I never once saw her consult a book.
Yeah.
Ever. She was a trial and error. A pinch of this, she'd taste it. Come here, taste this. Be honest.
That's great.
Oh yeah. I have I have a 1950s Betty Crocker cookbook. It is in tatters, but I have it. It has tape on it. It like that thing has been through the war, literally. But it's in my kitchen. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, I can't believe that thing is still alive. But I remember, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I have a cookbook that's been through the ringer like that. My mom spilled coffee on it.
I mainly bust it out like when I cook huge turkeys because I need something like that. I need instructions, you know. Like this year, I'm gonna be actually having Thanksgiving at my house, so I gotta bust the Betty Crocker cookbook out again.
Wow. When my friend was moving across the country, she was asking if I wanted any of her books. And so one of the ones that I grabbed was Joy of Cooking.
Oh, wow. I love books like that, though. Like, okay, I'm not a golfer, but my grandfather in his library had this golf book. I put it in my living room. I have read that thing from cover to cover, and I learned more about golf than I ever wanted to know. And it's like a 1970s golf book. So it's got people that, have come and gone,
Oh, wow.
And yeah, Butterfly, I was not ready for the smoker. It's because I was raised by a hillbilly, like all the older generation loved it. Everybody else was like, what are you doing? Are you having a midlife crisis?
Now I've got that banjo theme in my head.
Dueling banjos is awesome. You know what? There's a place up the street from my house, the pizza place that I go to all the time. Every Friday night, they have bluegrass.
Oh, wow.
And they're let's just say that they're really nice to me. They're good people. They're just good people. I've gone up there a few times because it's within walking distance of my house.
Mm.
And yet I still call them and order pizzas and get them delivered.
I was gonna say, if you walk over there, you walk off some of your pizza. You're gonna
Is that lazy? You can be honest. It's literally within driving directions. It's the iPhone gave it away. It's 700 feet from my house.
Oh, wow. But I mean, excuse me, if you go pick it up or have it delivered, then you get hot pizza. Otherwise, you have to walk home with it. And then, what if you drop it? If the weather's inclement, then you end up with cold pizza when you get home.
It is fresh. When they deliver it, it is it's still smoking because it's so close to my house. And I'm a heavy tipper. So the owner says that when I call when the younger kids are there, they're fighting for my delivery.
Oh.
Because they're like, no, this guy, they're like, no. So the pizza comes to my house fast. That's why microwaves exist.
Kilroy's out there trying to ruin the pizza.
See, I think it's because I'm from a generation right after yours. I'm microwave friendly.
Oh. See, my mom was a health nut, and I'm older, so no microwaves.
I watch a lot of Are You Being Served? And one of my favorite episodes is they went out of their way to dog the invention of the microwave. They were like, food's inedible. It's just inedible. And it just stuck with me forever.
The thing is, though, if you put pizza in, if you need to reheat pizza and you put it in the toaster oven, or if you throw it dry into a skillet, it's so good instead of soggy from the microwave. Impossible to ruin pizza. Well, I mean, in some ways you're right. But
for as much as I'm hyping up the microwave, I'm going to take you guys back, and I think I've said this before. I have a Pampered Chef stone from 25 years ago that I still use.
See, that's how you do it.
It's a pizza stone, and I put it in the oven. It's better than when they delivered it sometimes. Because it's crispy and it's so good. I have pizza in the fridge right now. Do you know at the end of these streams I go and gorge sometimes after going full Elvis?
I've seen you with your blue cookies.
I'm obsessed with those things. And I'm going to die on the hill that every single frosting tastes different. Isaiah and I get in heated debates about this in the car where he looks at me and he's like, you're crazy. I was like, no, I'm not. He's like, all the frosting tastes the same. And I'm like, no, the blue cookies taste different. And he's like, nah, man, they all taste the same.
See, now the toaster oven for heating pizza is the same amount of work as the microwave.
As what? The oven?
As the toaster oven and the microwave. You just take your pizza, you throw it in, you close the door, and you press the button.
I'm pro all of them because I own all of them. I'm here for all of it.
10 minutes. It doesn't take 10 minutes, but it's worth it. However long it takes, because it tastes better. I'm actually cold. I'm in my library. Some people might call it a second bedroom, but they're wrong. It's the library. And
Wayne Manor is what I call it. You're in Wayne Manor. You're in the east wing of Wayne
yes,
Manor.
yes. And it's time to put the incandescent bulbs back in the chandelier because I'm actually a little bit cold right now.
Do you know what's so funny? My kitchen, I put metal. I used to have what are those lights? Oh gosh, my brain's farting right now. I had lights that were way up in the ceiling. So I lined it with metal and put in these fancy lights. It's like a sauna.
Oh no.
But this time of year, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So for like 8 months out of the year, I don't even turn the lights on in my kitchen. Oh,
yeah,
no.
in the height of summer, I turn off the pilots on my stove because it's just too much heat.
Oh, it gets unreal hot here. But at least it's not like places like I've never been to Iraq, but like in Egypt, it gets to be like 115, 120 by American units.
I think I told you about the time I was on vacation in Palm Springs and they were having the heat wave. I mean, it's my own fault. We were there in like July, but yeah, driving by the bank sign and it said 100, it said 127 and I thought it was the time.
Wow.
Then I realized it was the temperature. And I don't know, maybe the sign was a little off, but oh my word, it was so hot.
There was one time, well, I say recently. Do you know what's so funny? I'm of that age where I'm like, oh, that was recently. The story I'm about to tell was 10 years ago. When I was driving back from Arizona in my Mitsubishi Montero, and my air conditioner gave me an option. It said, you can run me, but you won't make it home. So I'll work. And then it started like blowing hot air. And I'm like, okay. So I turned my air conditioner off. I rolled the window down. When my meter stopped at 119.
Oof.
I had my arm out the window. Like, I'm a soldier. I could take it, I wear a lot of cutoff sleeves during the summer. It's just, I dress like that guy from Rick's Restorations. Denim, no sleeves. That's my thing. I get home. My left arm was a completely different color than my entire body. People were like, you need to go to a doctor. People were like, no, dude, you're not supposed to get like that dark that fast. Like, no, you need to go to a doctor.
No, see, they just don't understand. I mean, I think about the sun and I get a tan.
Exactly. Same. So I change color on demand.
I have to push my sleeves up in the car or I end up with farmer tan.
Same. People don't know the struggle.
Right?
They think I'm all one color, which I am not.
We're deep in the first world biracial problems here.
I'm like Voltron. There's many colors that come together to form me. They're all like beige on. Oh man, come on, sleeve. It's always the last stroke.
Do you have them on the correct side?
What's that?
Do you have them on the correct side?
We're gonna find out right now. You and your logical questions. You have class. I just have to say, Waternay, you have classed this place up so much that like I feel like I have to put my shoes on when you come in here.
Oh, goodness. I was only
really
pointing out my own mistake with that other shirt.
I know. I've done that quite a few times though.
Oh. And then
So-
you put it on and you're like, why are my arms being pulled?
My favorite coat. I'm waiting for it to get was 130 in the shade when I got to Iraq. See, because I remember telling my brother that story about being hot, and he told me he's like, dude, he did 20 years off and on in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Wow.
He was like, let me tell you about the heat. Pizza Stone works great, but so heavy. I love my Pizza Stone. I love my Pizza Stone.
Hello, Mona.
How are you, Mona? Great to see you. Great to see you. Hello to everybody on the East Coast. Us West Coasters, we're lagging behind. It's still 9 o'clock at night around here. Well, 9:30 ish. All right, let me check the seams on this. This is gonna fit perfectly. Yay! I'm gonna try this on in a second. Let me make sure I connected all the important parts. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to take a few layers off for this one.
I am drowsy. All right, well, turn the camera off unless you're doing a show for Joy.
Well, I have to set up my cameras first. Do you know that mannequin is it is because I'm average height of every male around the world. The mannequin and I are the exact same height. So it's great making clothes on that thing. It's great because we don't have the same dimensions, but we're the exact same height.
Handy.
So it really works. And I can measure my waistline based on that thing, or the length and the size and everything. It's not necessarily as accurate as a dress form. You know what's so funny? At the Goodwill the other day, they know me so well. They had a dress form behind the desk. I walked up and they're like, "This is display. It's not for sale. I see the look in your eye." They're like, "We know you. We know you well." And I'm like, "Wow, you guys really do know me. Like, you really do." Because I am literally that guy that walks up with money and I'm like, "How much is this? How much?" That's how I got the amp behind me. They wanted $5 for 2 amps. I sold one and I still have the other one behind me.
Nice.
And they're like professional amps. And they do the old school surfer sound.
The old school surfer sound?
The beach, I'm gonna have to play the surfer music for you now.
I mean, like, as in down and now.
Yes,
No.
exactly. That's a certain pitch on an amplifier.
Huh.
Okay, I'm gonna have to suck it in.
It's better when we can't see you, but we just have the commentary. We're picturing all kinds of things. You're like trying to get in the shirt.
If this rips, I will cry.
Oh no.
No, but if you hear a rip, actually, it's me because I know the head hole isn't big enough because I have a 9 head. So if you hear a rip, it's my head going through this shirt.
Sure. No.
Oh, wow. Okay. The attack of the Surger continues. Oh, full cheetah. I am going full cheetah this evening.
Oh, are you gonna put the pants on too?
Oh, I forgot about those. They're buried in the closet somewhere.
Oh my goodness, you were worried about it being small. It's
Perfect.
Huge. It's huge.
No, I'm huge. This fits perfect. This is body. That's not just shirt. This is body. But this fits perfectly. I've been doing push-ups, so my dimensions have changed. 40 hit me hard, so I gotta work out more.
You can even make it a little shorter in the length.
That's one thing about this pattern. I've really worked this pattern. I've made quite a few turtlenecks out of this. I've made quite a few things out of this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Happy Maker. Thank you, Mona.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Well,
Butterfly. And of course, because we have fun around here in the House of Sewing, not only do I have my shirt, but I have my coat. Oh, hold on. Hold on. This is the real test. No rips. That means I made it properly.
it's like one of those it's like one of the patterns where you make the dress and the little matching jacket. You've got the shirt and the matching coat.
I'm for Christmas, I'm thinking about sending myself to Las Vegas. So if you're in the Las Vegas area in the next 3 weeks, you will be seeing me wear almost this exact outfit.
You have do you have any red pants you could wear with it?
It's not that kind of party. You don't want to wear red pants in Vegas. That's sending the wrong signal. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Excuse me.
I don't, it's been so long since I've been to Vegas. I don't even know the rules anymore. So
Kilroy made a good suggestion.
thank you so much, Mona. Thank you. You need a tie to break that back. I actually, I know this will be a shock to no one, but I own probably like 120 ties.
Oh, wow.
And because my predecessor actually like got dressed for real, I own a bunch of Italian ones, a bunch a bunch. That's how I have all the like real. I have like real bow ties, actual ones you have to tie. Then I have a Calvin Klein clip-on that's made for grown adults. I have it, and then I have another Calvin Klein that's pre-tied. And it's made for adults. I checked because at first I was like, "There's no way this is made for adults." It's made for adults. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I own quite a few ties, and you know what's so funny? It makes me laugh because all the 1960s and 1970s stuff is coming back into style. I have this really odd burgundy and gray shaded tie, and I was just kind of cruising looking through styles, and David Beckham was wearing a suit that color and had a tie that was identical to my tie.
Oh, wow.
But my tie is probably the same age as David Beckham and myself. Do you know what's so funny? It's okay. I'll waffle. I love making. Did you say you're gonna be right back?
I was just gonna grab a blanket.
Oh, go right ahead.
All right, I'm right back.
I love making these outfits. So I'm sending myself on vacation for Christmas because I'm reaching that parent point of like wanting to run out of the house. And Vegas is the only place I could think of that's just somewhere where I can drive to and go have a good time and eat a bunch of really good food. And since I no longer drink alcohol, I'll have a great time to go. I'll have enough time to go thrifting and stuff. Really, the real reason I want to go thrift somewhere that isn't where I am. You're roboting.
Am I? Oh,
oh, hold on. Let's see. Do semi-rapid movement. Okay, you're kind of not.
Kinda not.
You were for a second, but you're back.
Okay, is it smooth or should I leap out and leap back in?
No, you're smooth.
Okay. Well, I'm probably just cold because I'm tired, but
have a great night, Butterfly. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Bye, Butterfly. Good to see you. Well, I think your ensemble came out well. Look at that. I like the black lining.
You know, when in doubt, I use black for everything when it comes to lining. Like when in doubt, I add black. Because a lot of the time, I cannot make a decision of what I want to line it with, because I fall in love with prints,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, eh.
Well, I like your wacky linings, but in this case, I think the black was a good choice.
What do you think about my vacation idea?
Of going to Vegas for Christmas.
No, it'll be in the next like week or two. Well, it'll be in the next like 2 or 3 weeks. I'll plan it, and honestly, I have no desire to gamble anymore. So I kind of really want to go. I need a better.
You're gonna, pardon me. So you're gonna go like see some shows and stuff between Thanksgiving and Christmas?
I was thinking about going thrifting and then coming home and just eating
Uh-huh.
some really awesome food,
Okay.
because major cities, they have stuff. Vegas is a.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh though. I watch all kinds of stuff on YouTube, and I was watching these people who they went to a convention in Las Vegas, and they were all from the South, and they were saying, my hotel was across the street from this place called In and Out, and I ate it 5 days out of the week, and I'm like, oh Lord. This one guy from Georgia was like, don't make fun of me. And he sat there. That guy I showed you that I showed you, he's like, don't make fun of me. He's like, I didn't know In and Out exists. And he's like, I ate it every day. And then there was this other guy. Apparently they don't have him up north because he lives in San Francisco. I love this dude. He's so hilarious. But he lives in San Francisco, and they stayed at the same hotel. And there's a picture of, because he's 6'7". So you can't miss the man, And there's a picture of him in and Out. And on Twitter, like 10 different people were posting pictures of him in and Out, and you notice there was a different outfit every time they posted. They were living in that place. For me, it's not my thing. I don't judge people, but I literally live. Do you remember when I showed that video of those people fighting in the drive-thru at In and Out?
Yes.
That is that's over the bridge from my house. I could run in a full sprint. I could be there in less than 7 minutes, like in a full less, it's on the other side from my house. So there's always an In and Out near me, it's not my thing. I don't follow trends like that, and it's too healthy to be called greasy spoon.
I mean, if I'm gonna go get like a fast food burger, that would be the place I would choose.
It's too healthy. I've never been to In and Out. Do you know it's one of those California staples? It's one of the reasons I do not like it is because when my ex-wife was pregnant with my son, she ate it every day for almost 50 days.
Oh wow.
We went there every day for months.
That's a lot.
So it's kind of like the whole thing with ice cream. I worked at a Baskin Robbins and I ate all the 31 flavors like 100 times. But it's good. It's good food. I'm a greasy spoon kind of guy though. Never seen an In and Out. It's weird to me. Like, I lived in Arizona when they started introducing them to Arizona, and like I was like, why do people have these long lines for In and Out? But most people that live in that area are from LA or LA adjacent,
Yeah. They had to try out the new thing.
I don't know. Do you follow trends like that? Like, there was a place in my town. It was a burger place. It was brand new. I got food poisoning from that place.
Oh no. That's awful.
Oh yeah. I would eat there more often if the line wasn't 3 miles long. I will never understand the appeal to it. You're right though. You're right. No matter where you go, because the one by my house, because like I was saying earlier, whenever I go to thrift stores or when I go into Los Angeles, I take side streets because the freeway is just a mess. And long story short, there's always a long line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little bit longer. I won't go all night tonight because you look like your head is gonna hit the desk in a minute.
Yeah, I think I kind of sort of dozed off there for a
And
second.
I'm gonna go full cheetah. I'm just gonna go outside and start running with this on.
Okay. You can run over to In and Out.
It's not my thing. It is not my thing.
Well, but you got the cheetah print, so you'll be there in no time. Either
This
that or
time
you
of
can.
night, but this time of night, if I walked in there, I would be on Twitter within 10 minutes. They'd be like,
Well,
look at this fool. Look at this is so Southern California. Like, I've seen people. There was one time, and it was kind of creepy. I walked past somebody because I wear my black cowboy hat everywhere. And this guy was looking through pictures on his phone, and he had a picture of me in a Goodwill. And we were in the same Goodwill, but as he was scrolling, he took a picture of me.
oh.
Full body picture. So I'm a meme somewhere. I
People
guarantee.
of goodwill.
Oh, it's probably something awful. But if I ever find it, I'm going to be like, ah, look at my meme. Look at my meme. Yeah, totally. Totally, Mona. Totally. I actually said something to this person because I'm an extremely confrontational. I was like, excuse me, why do you have a picture of me in your phone? And they like oddly walked out. It was weird. But they walked out with the picture of me in their phone, so they got their victory. But I haven't seen the picture anywhere, and it was years ago. And when I go to Walmart, I purposely am dressed to the nines.
According to which standard?
Well, I'm not wearing a 3-piece suit, but I'm not, I'm not wearing an America bathing suit or like a,
Yeah.
It's weird. I probably am on People of Goodwill. Is that a thing? Is People of Goodwill a
Not
thing?
that I know of. I was just riffing off of People of Walmart.
I would be on People of Goodwill because I've been so many, and people are so curious of why I'm buying sewing machines. Like when I walk around with a sewing machine, all people are always like, "So you sew?" And it's so hard for me to be like, "No, you're not a golfer, are you?" Like, oh, all the time. I get less grief at the fabric store because we're all there for a purpose.
Yeah.
And here in LA, it's not rare to see someone like in full death metal gear to walk into the fabric store. Like, I need 10 yards of black right now.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm not awake.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm gonna end this show in about 15 minutes, anyways.
Okay, I can make it 15 minutes.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think.
you look like your head is about to hit the desk. I'm telling you, like with the serger, it's really anticlimactic. I'm always buying sewing machines, might come back, yes, but I don't hem jeans. Oh, that's another thing. Thank you, Mona. Thank you. The second that the uninitiated find out that I sew, they're always like, "Oh, do you hem jeans?" There was a woman at Hobby Lobby who, after 20 minutes of questioning, she was like, "Oh, can I pay you to hem my husband's pants?" I said no so fast, Isaiah chuckled. My son was like, "Oh, my dad's being honest." Like, he laughed so hard. I was like, "No." Because I'm overtly polite because I want my son to be like that. So when I'm in public, I'm like, yes and no and please and thank you. But, don't ask me to hem your pants. Don't ask me to hem your pants, I think we should end on that. That's going to be the theme of my next live stream is going to be, please do not ask me to hem your husband's pants or yours in general. Mona, you totally hit a chord with that. That happens all the time. Do you know what's so funny? It's so anticlimactic with my serger. Do you know how fast I got this coat done?
Because you didn't have to do like extra finishes and stuff.
So fast that I made a shirt and a coat. The stripes are running in the same direction. I didn't even do that on purpose. Look at me. Look at me. That almost never happens. I forgot about that. The stripes, Joy. You know what? Joy, this is definitely because you encouraged me to get my serger going again. You know what? Looking at myself right now, I'm actually proud because my last couple of projects, the stripes, or like, especially with my stars, I can tell they're going in different directions. Other people can't, but I'm like, oh, why did I do that at 3:00 in the morning? So, I think, you know what? I think we should leave it here. We had a good night. I'll leave it on my Sofeld. I'll do it Seinfeld style. Let me So do you have anything you'd like to show?
No. I was just trimming patterns and stuff. I didn't get anything completed because nothing exciting.
Oh, it's always exciting here in the house of sewing. I want to thank everybody who's here, everybody who's made it this far. Excuse me. I will be back at it on Wednesday. Lately, the power companies had rolling blackouts, so we're gonna have a blackout on Thursday. So I will be drinking espresso on Wednesday. But right now, I have a video out. I have a short out. My community tab shows nothing but my Grace singer. I absolutely appreciate everybody. You guys are awesome. And I thank you for watching this craziness that is the My So-Called Life channel. I'm switching things up a bit, but you know, I'm just trying to be more positive because the world is filled with enough people fighting. So I want to thank everybody. And do you have anything else you'd like to say, Watername?
No, I don't think so.
Like I always say. But seriously, I want to thank Joy. I want to thank Pam, Mona, Skids Crasher. I want to thank everybody who hangs out. Kilroy, everybody. You guys are appreciated. I'll be back at it on Wednesday. Same old cat time, same old cat channel. So until then, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely get a better mouse next time. I will definitely see you next time. Have a great night, guys.